Hello? No, I can't start something like that. It sounds mad. Welcome to the podcast. This episode's with Rees Broomfield. He's a good mate of mine and also is, does music for a job.
And that's annoying, isn't it? When somebody does something like that as a job.
Cat's getting involved again. Always here. Now, come on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Rees is a recording studio owner. Recording. That's a weird way to say recording, isn't it? Recording. It's called SS2 Recording, not SS2 Recording. Well, you could say it like that if you wanted. You could say anything how you want, really. So, yeah, in this episode we talk about music, creativity, positivity, football, food, and we get on like a bloody house on fire. That was enthusiastic. So, as you can tell, my voice is a bit off. It's because it's a bit early, and I had a curry last night, which is effectively a hangover. So, get ready. Buckle in. Tie yourself up. Don't do that. That'd be weird if you're listening to me tied up. Could do it. Give it a go. Let me know. Pictures. Nothing weird. Right, okay, enough of that. Podcast. Go! Welcome to No Stress Podcast with me. Dave Williams is me. It's a podcast where I meet up and chat with people, which is actually every podcast, really. Can't actually think of a podcast where that isn't it. Maybe there's a gap in the market. A podcast where you don't talk. We're going to chat to and get to know all types of people. We're going to speak about life, positivity, politics, philosophy, football, food, music, creativity, everything and anything. And we're going to have a laugh along the way. No stress. Enjoy. It can happen. It can happen. All right, mate.
You all right, mate?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thanks.
Feeling relaxed?
Yep. I've just had a beautiful vegetarian dinner.
You feel like you could have a nap now, probably, do you?
I do a little bit,
Yeah.
but not as much as if I'd had loads of pulled pork.
Yeah, loads of like a pulled pork burger.
If I had loads of pulled pork and considerably more carbs,
yeah,
then I would probably be asleep right now.
Yeah, and a brioche bun and a bit of coleslaw.
Yeah.
Nice though.
This house is far too hipster to not have brioche buns.
Yeah, it is. Well, we got a few downstairs. Why? That is something that was weird about burgers. Somebody started doing brioche buns, and then everywhere done them.
French burger.
Yeah. What was that? It's like a brioche revolution.
It's like bread with sugar.
Yeah.
It's always better.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is. The cat's getting involved. The cat just.
Hello, mate. Yeah, I've got a bit of a thing with animals.
What? What, you get horny?
Nothing weird.
Yeah, you get aroused by them.
Yeah, I let them know that it's safe.
Yeah.
It's all good, and then they're like, "Oh, all right then,"
Yeah.
and then they're really annoying.
Yeah, then they don't go. There's the mic. Oh.
Jesus, it's like Alex Turner at the Brit Awards. Your cat has just like dropped the mic.
Look at the size of it though. It's just sitting there, getting involved. Just wants to be involved.
Look at the size of it. What,
Yeah.
you mean your cat?
Yeah, my cat.
Anyway,
Yeah, I haven't got my knob out at the table.
I just feel like you're surprised. Do you not see this cat a lot?
Well, I've seen the cat a few times today, actually. Yeah.
I can see why this takes you such a long time to edit.
Well, exactly. Yeah, because most of it's bullshit.
Well, I've got good mic technique, so I should have to cut your editing down. So I'll just move away.
Yeah.
Like when I'm gonna
Say something stupid.
like-
Yeah.
make really annoying mouth noises.
Do you know what sounds awful? Eating a banana on the mic. That sounds awful.
I'm one of them people that I can't stand the sound of people eating.
On the mic or just in
For
general?
anyone that ever comes to work at my studio,
Yeah.
then there it is. It's out there.
Yeah.
Please don't come in my treated room where you can hear every sound.
And everyone's
and start eating
thinking...
crisps.
Everyone thinks, oh, God,
Don't do it.
I've eaten an onion ring crisp in his studio before.
Mate, onion rings are allowed. They're awesome, but
Yeah. Anything else?
not in the... Yeah.
What is your favourite crisp whilst we're on it?
Beef and mustard Brannigan's. Because I'm a real man.
Bloody hell. I've never even heard of them crisps. Brannigan's.
Brannigan's.
Brannigans, eh?
They're
Are
like
they...
It's like an old traditional butcher shop kind of chip.
Okay. Yeah.
Chip?
Chip. American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Some kind of chip. Yeah.
Some chips and ranch.
Tell you what I had yesterday and today. There you go. There's the cough. Don't worry about the cough. It's authentic.
I'm not going to do it.
Spicy. That's all I'm going with. But then a bit of everything, like a Dorito in there, a French fry, a Monster Munch.
Oh, what, like a mega pack?
Yeah, just like all together in the same bag.
Yeah.
I feel like they might have done that by accident and thought, do you know what, we could probably sell that.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
I do. I'm all for it.
I'm all for it. Yeah, although... Yeah,
Yeah.
let's not go into crisps too deep.
No,
because,
well,
I'm laying off the crisps these days.
I'm trying.
I'm on the old...
I mean, I'm not trying that hard. I had some yesterday, so...
I had a pack... I'm eating the whole grain baked Lidl special.
Oh, yeah. What, like sweet chili?
Yep, them ones, and sometimes sour cream and black pepper.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're all right.
Yeah.
They're not Brannigan's. They're not McCoy's.
Well, nothing is, apart from Brannigan's.
But then again,
Pringles.
McCoy's, Pringles, Brannigan's, they all equal heartburn for me.
Do you know what? I keep Rennies next to the bed.
I don't really like Rennies.
Do you not?
Not really. I'm not into like, oh yeah, I'll just eat that and then have a Rennie.
You're not into that? No. You want to eat healthy all the time? You want to try and...
I don't like the heartburn. I don't like the Rennies.
No, but you do like the
crisps. I do
crisps.
like the food.
Yeah, so I find it hard to sleep unless I get rid of my acid.
2 versus 1.
Yeah.
I think that's the solution.
Yeah. Well, now we've done crisps.
Yeah.
Let's move on to beer. Yeah, what's your favourite beer?
I don't have a favourite anything really, to be honest with you. So I'm probably the wrong person.
You don't
to
have a
ask.
favourite anything?
Not really. I don't have a favourite colour. I don't have a favourite piece of equipment. I don't have a favourite drum kit. I don't have a favourite beer.
You don't have a favourite beer, really?
I've got my favourite child.
Yeah, well, that's
I've
easy,
got,
isn't it?
I've got one. So
Yeah, that's done
easy.
for you. That decision's done for you. I like things like that. Maybe just don't have any, just have one type of everything. Then you don't have to decide.
Yeah,
Which is a decision in itself, though.
I'm very indecisive when it comes to like food and stuff.
Yeah.
So I try not to cling on to one thing too much.
Yeah, or care about anything too much. That's probably a good.
Yeah.
Apart from your favourite child, of course.
Because it all depends what sort of mood you're in.
Yeah.
Do I want to wear this red shirt or do I want to wear this blue shirt?
Oh God, that's a decision. Talk about the kids striking at school. They just want to protest climate change.
Yeah.
That's a big thing to protest, though, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it's if any, I don't know how to put this. But
Try.
Any moral adult,
Yeah.
should have been thinking that anyway.
Yeah.
I certainly was,
I
was like, well, I'm not going to do nothing until someone makes me do something.
Yeah. Right.
And then you've got like a 12-year-old girl who's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, do something.
Turn your
Like,
light bulbs off.
Yeah.
Get rid of the big old yachts, the super yachts.
Get rid of the super yachts, yeah.
Did you post that the other
I did
day?
post
Yeah,
that,
I saw that.
I shared it off someone else's page.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I
nicked
didn't
it.
source it.
No.
From its, from
I've
the-
told loads of people about that.
I didn't source it from the original author.
And no. Yeah. Well, you didn't write the
I just
article.
saw it and went, yeah.
Yeah. That's true. Basically, what we're talking
I've never
about.
been on a ship.
No, I have, but not one like that.
Not a cruise ship. I've been on a ship, but
Yeah.
I've not been on a cruise.
Been on a boat. I've been on a what are those boats that
Gondolas.
are circular?
No.
Gondolas.
Canoes? No.
No, they're not circular. It's like a. I saw it once in Rosie and Jim.
Oh, what, canal boat?
No, but
That is a canal
yeah,
boat.
but
though.
they do live on a canal boat. You're right, but they in Rosie and Jim they pop off and they make it come to me then tip of the tongue. It's a circular boat that they made once on Rosie and Jim. Anyway,
Wow.
This is a podcast with me in it, and I'm Dave, and that's Rees.
Yeah.
We know each other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can give it the backstory if you want. This is your show.
Yeah, well, I can give the backstory, but we know each other because Rees is in the band, and I thought they were good, and I tried to be his mate.
Oh, is that what it was?
Not really. I just thought you were all right.
Oh, right. Sweet.
Yeah. I thought the band was shit.
Yeah, me too.
I thought,
Sorry, guys.
got to direct him away from the band, get him involved in podcasting, and
I finally saw the light. And I was
Exactly.
like, pop music?
Yeah.
Nice. Pod Casting.
Pod music.
That's the future.
Yeah, so the whole point of this podcast, which you already know, because we've already the thing about this,
I kind of know what it's about, but not really.
Not really, but nor do I. That's the beauty of it, I suppose. But just to break the illusion, we've been with each other for the last hour and a half, eating and chatting.
Yeah, you got to break yourself in easy.
You can't just not say anything, can you, and stick the mic on? That'd be weird.
Yeah, we got all the real intense stuff out first.
We've done that.
And now we're just being showy-offy.
Talking about crisps.
Yeah. It's weird, that, isn't it?
It is.
I hate me.
Yeah, and when you hear it back, God, you'll hate it.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get enough proximity, so I'm like, yeah, hey, check me out, my voice.
Yeah. Try and put on a sort of an like a Atlantic twang. So it's like you travel from London to LA, and you've got that kind of.
Is that the newest mumble rapper?
Yeah. One mumble rap. That's weird, isn't it?
Triplets.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg was doing triplets in the early 90s.
Yeah,
mate.
in the 90s, when they're flipping the beats. Is that a thing?
Well, I don't know about that, but yeah.
Yeah. So what this podcast is about, to get back on it, is just trying to live a positive life, trying to live a non-stressful life, and just trying to enjoy it every moment, which is impossible because life can be. You can't. But
life can. Do you know what? Life always comes creeping back to it when you think, "Oh my God,
this is good.
this is all right. This
Yeah.
is." Hold on a minute.
And then someone
Why
cancels
have
a
I
week
thought
at the
that?
studio.
Yeah, why have I thought that? What have I done that for?
Yeah.
It's like, right, I'm in for it now. And then it
Sit there.
happens, and you're like, I knew that was going to happen.
Just sit there waiting for hell to induce.
Yeah.
Sometimes I say words and I'm not sure if they are.
Hell to induce, that'll do. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, and I don't know, and then it makes you a pessimist, doesn't it? Makes you like, oh yeah, what's going to be happening next year?
Yeah, and then you get stuck in a hole.
And you're scared to get too excited about anything.
Yeah.
But, it is. And I think we're at the age where we are as like early 30s, starting to think, I want to feel good.
Yeah.
I don't care, really. I just want to feel good.
Just feel happy.
So it's like, that's why you go, oh, do you know what? I'm going to have the whole grain baked crisps.
Yeah.
I'm just going to have them because
they
I
make
want
me
to feel good.
I don't want that Rennie that I hate.
And like someone's offering you loads of money to do some work that you really don't want to do. And you're like, I'm just not going to do it because I don't want to do it, and that won't make me feel good, so I'm just not going to do it.
That's good.
But
Take the
up
money
until
all
this
day.
point, I've just been like, no, I need the money. Like, I've got to do it. So I say yes to everything, and then now I'm learning. Actually, it's fine just to say, I'm not going to do this one. No hard feelings.
Fine.
We'll just leave it.
That's a good attitude. You shouldn't do anything that makes you feel bad, but sometimes it's impossible. You got to do things that make you feel bad sometimes.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, and it's hard to stay positive.
Yeah.
Living in Britain, moaning about the weather all the time. You're like, what am I doing this for?
Queuing.
Why am I always moaning about the weather? And I'm like, oh, damn it, I'm British. Can't help it.
Yeah, it's just ingrained.
Just cannot. And then,
When was the last time
when you
moaned
see someone
about it?
every day and they talk to you about the weather every day, you're like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, let's just do something else. Let's talk about crisps.
Of course it's cold. It's the winter.
Yeah, it's November.
Yeah,
It's not.
Is it a little bit colder today than it was yesterday? I don't really care.
Yeah, but yes.
But anyway, if there's nothing better to talk about, then let's talk about the weather.
Actually, talking about the weather, lovely day today.
It was nice.
It was actually-
Spring is on its way, I think.
Yeah. Which is
But then
positive.
again, you know what happens? You're like, oh my God, spring's on its way. And then
Summer.
hurricane.
Yeah. Hurricane.
No, it'll just turn again. It'll be like, what? It was getting nice.
It'd be like that. The thing that loads of British. I think this is like a distinctively British thing to do. You get a nice day. It's a summer day, but it's not. It's February or March, and then everybody goes out and buys a barbecue, don't they? They buy the tongs, the briquettes. They're in home base going mental. They're not now because our one's closed down in Southend. But B&Q.
I don't live in Southend.
Nah, Rayleigh, posh.
What show?
Yeah, but they go out.
I was born in the Fleet, so
You were.
Yeah,
Big old Ben.
big old Ben.
Big Ben. Couldn't call it Big Ben. People wouldn't know what you're talking about.
No, they'd think you're talking about the clock in London.
And that's being serviced.
Wow, you was born in that area. Wow, you're really well to do.
Yeah.
You're a Tory.
I was actually born in the bell. Like I was born within it.
Wow.
It's
You was.
amazing.
Technically, everyone was.
If there's one thing you could change about politics, what would that be?
Oh, I don't really do politics.
That's not true. We were talking about it earlier.
But if there was one thing I could change, I would change the parties.
Party politics, get rid of it.
I would, yeah. I think it's just silly. Isn't it?
Outdated.
Like, why do you have to make it into like a sport? Yeah, it's I get it that it's like a historical thing, but it's like the Royals. It's not really right, is it?
It's not having
It's a bit weird, and the party thing and the House of Commons and all that. It's all a bit weird.
It is weird. I think
But for some reason, maybe they're trying to change that with the whole European Union thing. I don't know. I don't know enough about that either. But I think the fact that, whilst this is happening and it's all like a big deal that we might be leaving Europe, well, we're leaving Europe. It's like, but whilst it's happening, like the two parties are just trying to score points, and it's like, stop it.
Just deal with the situation.
Someone do something, even if you're not in power. Just be like, I'm going to do this. I know they haven't got access to the resources and that, but I don't know. I just feel like stop spending your money on campaigns and actually do something that's right. Yeah. And then they'll vote for you anyway.
Exactly. That's, get rid of party. I think I agree with that. Get rid of party politics, because everything is, like you say, point scoring. It's not actually any real progression ever. I think there should be a set of, and there is this cross-party, policies, but there should be a set of goals that's set out by every party, and each time there's an election, you have to work within those set of rules. So you have to make there be less homeless people, for example. You don't have a choice. You have to do that. You have to spend some money on getting rid of homeless people as much as you can. Yeah. And you should just have to work.
At the moment, they make these promises and then they don't stick to them, and then they just wait for the other party to call them out.
Exactly.
So we've got to have the party politics, because if they're not doing a good job, who's going to call them out on it?
Yeah. Well,
and then it's the party that survive longest is the ones that can hide it the best.
Yeah, that's what it is.
We're really effing things up, but.
Let's
make everyone watch this on the news, and let's make a story out of check out Theresa May dancing to ABBA.
Yeah, which was great.
Instead of actually, oh my God, look what's just happened in the world.
It's not a joke. It's real life.
I don't want to look at.
Have you seen the thick of it?
I have. Yes. But I'm not an avid watcher.
No, but that is like a really close and good representation of what it is like. If you've not seen it and you're listening, and you like politics, if you hate politics, don't bother.
If you hate politics, then just hold on a minute.
Yeah, because
it won't be too long.
It won't be too long, because there's other things to talk about.
Too busy trying to be funny.
Exactly.
To talk about politics.
Yeah. But getting rid of party politics is a good thing. Yeah, I think so. Is that it will? What needs to be, because what happens? People just don't even look at the policies. They just go, oh yeah, I've always voted Tory. I've always voted Lib Dem. I've always voted Green. I mean, no one's always voted Green, because they haven't been around forever.
Well, some people probably have.
Some people probably have.
If there's someone that's now 20.
True.
There could be someone that's now 25.
That's true. That's very true. I
voted Green once.
I did.
Didn't work.
Didn't do anything, did it?
So I don't know what to do next.
No. Walk out of lesson at school. You could do that. That'll do a lot.
Yeah. Well, I wish I could just go right, that's it, everyone. No more recording.
I'm going up Trafalgar Square.
Until you sort out the climate change, no more recording. Everyone's like, all right, then I'll go somewhere else.
All right, I'll just go to another studio.
So good luck with your house with no money.
Yeah. The thing about climate change as well is that somehow...
The good thing about climate change.
The bad thing about climate change. I didn't mean the good thing.
Okay.
But sort of... I do that a lot. I will say something that I didn't mean.
You say it's good because you've got an idea to say something.
Yeah. Well, not really.
That's it, wouldn't it?
But the thing about climate change that is ridiculous is that somehow the media and the establishment put the onus on the everyday man to recycle. Oh, you're not recycling, you've got to recycle because of climate change. Well, we ain't gonna...
Sorry.
That's all right. We ain't going to really make much of a difference. That doing your own little bit is not going to do enough to change the way that climate change is heading.
Probably just making... helping them save a bit of money.
Exactly.
With the sorting out of the bits and bobs.
Yeah, I went to a recycling plant once for my job.
Was it good?
It was really dirty.
Yeah,
it was
full of rubbish.
There was maggots everywhere. And when I say everywhere, I mean it.
It's like a fishing shop.
It was good idea. You could scrape them up, take them down to I don't know anything about fishing.
Take them down to the nearest reservoir.
Yeah. See if you can catch a cod.
Wow.
Do you like fishing?
I used to do a lot of fishing when I was younger.
When was the last time?
The last time I went fishing, would have been a long time ago now. Yeah. Probably when I was in my mid to late teens. Probably mid-teens, I reckon.
What kind of thing would you
It
try
was
and
always
catch?
the staying overnight or staying for a few days, camping out that was the attraction.
Nice,
for me.
like a
Being out
proper
in
event.
nature. We used to, in the summer we'll just have beds and an umbrella, and we'll just sleep on the deck.
Yeah.
Like,
On the deck. On the deck.
I don't even know what they're
Well, do
called
you go
anymore.
sailing then? Are you saying you went sailing fishing?
I have been sea fishing a couple of times, but no, it's always at lakes.
Oh right.
But yeah, it was the being out in nature and being out away from home.
Bit of peace.
Yeah, it was nice. And I used to sleep well.
Yeah.
Just out. Yeah.
Amongst
Whereas
the
now,
stars.
Don't always sleep well in a little bed,
No.
in a little room.
Well, maybe you should sleep in the garden. Give it a go.
Maybe in the summer, I might try that.
Nice.
Maybe.
Under the
We'll see.
stars.
I do live in Rayleigh. It's not like I'm going to get mugged.
Well, you say that.
Mugged. What's he going to nick? My pyjamas.
Yeah. Fishing rod? No, you're not fishing in the garden.
Very.
Yeah, it's good. It's just good to have what I like about podcasting is you just talk and then things happen.
To be honest with you, I listen to a lot of podcasts that are about
Useful
my work.
stuff. Yeah.
And they're all, apart from, shout out to Jamie Liddell, he's one, and he's really funny because he's English.
All right.
But he's lived in America for years, and he lives in Nashville now, but he'd lived in Berlin actually, and then he moved to New York, and now he lives in Nashville.
Wow.
So he's like, he can hang with the Americans and not be really sarcastic all the time.
All right.
But then as soon as someone British comes on his podcast, he's like, way back to being British. And it's quite nice. But everything else, it is all American, to be fair.
Yeah.
Nothing against American people. But it's just very serious.
Well, there's a gap in the market then for you.
Yeah, maybe.
There you go. This is your first
Make
experience.
a mockery of my industry.
Yeah, really show it up for what it is. Just recording sound waves. That's all it is, isn't it?
Well, that's all it is.
You know
That's
what
all it is, mate.
And then editing them. It's not that hard, is it? So, mate.
Get me started.
Yeah. So, well, we could. That's a good thing to talk about. Go on. If I want to record at your studio, why should I? I already have.
Why should you? Because
What
you're
can you
a local
offer?
person and we're a local studio for a start. And we got a nice big space.
Yeah.
So and space sounds good. It's not a specially designed spaceship style. Like you walk in and go, oh my god, what is this? Don't put your drink down. Like, don't touch anything. Like this is very posh. It's more relaxed.
Yeah.
And you can it's impressive. You walk in, you're like wow, but you're not overwhelmed.
You
by,
feel at home in there.
yeah, you're not overwhelmed by the decor and the, it doesn't feel like you've gone into a solicitor's.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Or-
that's good because that would be weird, wouldn't it? If you got a few lawyers hanging about.
Yeah. Well, it does happen.
Well, they do turn
Music
up.
lawyers are very important people.
They do hang around. Yeah. How did you get into recording people?
I got into recording people because I wanted to record myself.
Oh, right.
So I used to, right. I'll try and make this quick.
Don't.
But-
We've got hours.
It's a bit of a long one.
All right, be quick then. Don't go on too. Don't go on too much.
We go on to when I was 7 or when I was 6.
Yeah.
I went and played to someone's drums,
Oh,
and
right.
it was like, that's a bit good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Turning to you for a minute there. I was like, that's great. I love that. I love the smell of them, like the smell of the wood on the drums, and the sound and the fact they were so loud. I was like, yeah, that's it. I found it. This is what I want. And because I was sport middle class kid, my mum and dad bought me a drum kit
Wow.
when I asked for one.
How old were you?
7.
Oh,
So I got my first drum kit when I was 7.
So you touched the drum kit, and then you said, "Mum, I want a drum kit," and they immediately bought you one with no second thoughts. They just
Well,
went
it
out
was
and got
like, okay, cool. And then next time Christmas comes round, you now know what you want.
Yeah.
And that was the start of, okay, you can have that, but you won't get anything else.
Yeah.
And then from then on, that's always been that way,
Yeah. Right.
which is great. That's what I've always wanted. I was like, yeah, but I don't want anything else. I just want that mic or the iBox or,
That's
those
cool.
cables.
Yeah.
And so that's how, and then basically started drumming and then started making music on the computer, as you do as a kid, or as I did. I started DJing as well. Done a lot of DJing. My older cousins were DJs and that. And
Were you in bars or?
Well, no, because I was too young.
Well,
But
you
I would
wouldn't
do
be allowed
parties.
when you're 10 years old. You can't go in talk.
No,
suppose.
not long after that, I went to talk. I was an early bloomer. But no, yeah, if someone was having their like birthday party at like the rugby club,
Or
it was like,
spinning the tracks.
I'm your man.
Get Rees in.
Get me down there. When I was younger, that's what, so I started out doing that, and then I got a bit sick of like playing. I don't know, always listening to the same music because I only had the records that I had because it was vinyl.
Wow.
I did used to use CDs, but we had vinyl, so I used to lug a big vinyl bag around everywhere. Used to do a bit of pirate radio, done a bit of grime, bit of drum and bass, bit of garage. Was in that, a bit of a rude boy, was DJing and that, but I'd always played drums before that. And obviously playing drums, it was always jazz or like rock stuff and that. So I had those two worlds of music going on, drumming and then DJing. So I used to hold like little sets up in the loft in my mum and dad's house. So we'd do like a DJ set and the BMCs would come. And it got to the point where it got a bit popular at school and I could charge people like $5 to get in.
Oh, wow.
And there was like a ladder that went into the loft. And then once you're up there, you can like shut the roof up, the ceiling up. And then, we used to do like these sets and I used to record it onto a CDR. And I was like, these CDRs are like rewritable CDRs, so they cost a bit of money. So it was like, I've got to buy the CDs out of CDR. I was like, if everyone pays $5, I can buy all the CDs for everyone and everyone gets a copy. And it was kind of like, everyone was like, before that, it was like everyone was sharing like on a little Walkman on a tape. And it was like, I can get it on a CD. All of a sudden it was like, oh no, maybe I could do a song then. Like, people were like, can I come do a song? So and then they'd come and I'd have like one mic and one input and they'd come and it'd normally be rappers or whatever.
Was it like grime?
Yeah. It was grime, hip hop, stuff like that. And to be fair, sometimes when we were really young, me and a few mates used to just sit and do this really. We used to just talk rubbish, yeah. I can remember doing that. It was really funny.
Any of the recordings still around, the songs?
No, all the old stuff. He's definitely died with a computer a long time ago. Shame that, because I was probably actually pretty good then. It's probably gone downhill from there, maybe. So they've done that, and then was into music, was into sports as well, and it was like, oh, do I do football? Do I do music? And it was always a decision. But when it comes to college, it was like, oh, yeah, I'll go into college and do music. So I've done that. And then I ended up getting a job in the studio because my dad, who's a builder, plasterer, he was doing the plastering at this studio. And so he was like chatting up the owners like, oh, you should get my son to come down, he does music. Rah, rah, rah. So I think my dad was like, right, you're coming to work with me tomorrow so you can meet him, sort of thing. And I was like, right, yep, cool.
What age is that?
16. It was the first year of college, so 16, 17, 17. So I think I was just coming to the end of my first year of college. And then it got to the point where this studio was all done. It was amazing. Spent a lot of money. Proper studio. Not like what mine is now. It was one of them ones that was like, whoa,
really
fish
good.
tank,
Yeah.
TVs on the wall, like all the mod cons.
At college?
No, this is at the studio where my dad was helped building. Okay. And I walked in there and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And then it was like some American producers that were working there and that. And they ended up going, right, we're going to get like 3 students and you're going to do 1 day a week each for like 5 weeks. And then whoever gets on the best is going to get a job.
Wow.
So I was like, cool. So I done it. And then I ended up getting on well with this guy from Washington, this American dude, because he liked his hip hop and that. And he could see that I knew about hip hop and that, and I was making beats and we got on really well. And he was like, yeah, you're the guy. So I was like, amazing. Went back to college. Told them what happened. They were like, you should go and do it. That sounds awesome. Don't worry about college. Just do that. So I was like, wow, sweet, I've done it. That was easy. Cheers then. I was like, see you later. Sorted. So I went and worked there for 9 months for no money. I used to have to get 2 buses to get there from Rayleigh because it was out in Danbury near Chelmsford. Oh, yeah. So 2 buses. It was a real mission to get to, and then a really long walk at the other end. I used to get there at 9, sit on the doorstep till about 10:30. Which I now know is what happens at studios. Don't get there before 10.
No.
But back then, I was too keen. So I'd sit on the doorstep every morning and then there were just no customers. Like we were just in there, like working on music, but there was no one like
Coming in, recording.
there was no one in the rehearsal rooms. Like, and obviously now, if I had the opportunity to work something like that, I would have done something about it and got the people in. But at the time, I just thought, well, it's nothing to do with me. I'm just going to keep putting this dust on the carpet and then hoovering the carpet. And it was like, but the carpet ain't dirty, but like every day, it was like
Cleanest carpet, though.
clean the carpet.
Cleanest carpet in
like,
any studio in the world.
Yeah, you know.
You should be proud of that.
The Hoover don't come out that often in our studio, but when it does,
God.
it's a lovely moment.
Yeah, and also you're good at it.
I've got experience at carpet cleaning. But yeah, it was weird. Then, you know, there weren't no work. And then it all ended. And then that was the end of that. And I hadn't finished college. And it was all, you know, that whole thing when life kicks you in the butt. It was that. It was like, oh, I thought I'd done it. And I was like, oh my God, this is all right.
Straight
and
back
then
down
bang,
to earth.
have that. And then there's been like several more of those as we go on through life.
Yeah, right. And so you were recording at home as well for people?
So even at that point, I was still doing it. I was still doing it at home anyway. I still had the little thing in the loft, and then finally got another little room in the house. I think I moved my drums and that into my bedroom, and I had a little computer in there, and I started recording the drums with one mic.
Yeah.
Started to play in bands at that point at about 17, 18 as well. So it was all happening musically. It was lots going on, and I was learning how to record drums with like one mic. And then that was the start of it. Once I heard myself playing drums back on the playback, it was like, oh, I like that.
Yeah.
And then you put a compressor on it in Cubase, and it's like, oh, what's that? That sounds good. I like that. That's fun. It sounds like the Beatles. So then it was like, right, we'll try and make recordings like the Beatles, you know, try and recreate all that old stuff. And then it got to the point where it was like, if I had 8 channels, I could like put a mic on everything in the drums and have like the kick drum mic'd up. And I remember the day when I recorded the kick drum and played it back, and I was like, oh my God, that's it. That is it. That is the zest of life. That's me done. Like, show me the kick drum through these monitors. And I just loved it. And then I just had the bug ever since then. And then couldn't make a living from it then. I was just recording my mates and recording whatever band I was doing or whatever music I was trying to make at the time. So I had to go and get a job. So I worked on building sites, I worked in an office once, worked in kitchens.
Yeah.
I've done all sorts of different work, but I'd always make myself really useful. So people like, and I worked for ADT, I done lots of security, like CCTV cameras and that. Always got on really well, but it always got to the point where I went,
Can't handle this anymore.
I can't do this. And they're like, you're mad.
Yeah.
I just put you through 2 years of college to learn electrical engineering. Like,
You're like, I can't
I
handle
can't just
it.
leave. I'm like, I literally want to kill myself.
Yeah.
Like, I've got to do music. And they're like laughing at me.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
same as they were at school.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
when you say you want to do, they're like, you can't do music.
No one really can do music
They were
as
like,
a
you're
job.
going to Ford's.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. And they're like, you're going to Ford's. And I was like, I don't want to work at Ford's. And they're like, look, I've got to tick you on a box. You know, this is the class where you come and you work out what you're going to do with your life.
Yeah.
You're almost finished school.
You're going to Ford's.
You're going to Ford's. That's perfect for you. And I was just like, no, mate. I ain't having that. So then, yeah, thought that. And then obviously ended up doing jobs that were probably a lot worse than working at Ford's. But all the time, it was like any money that I was earning. I remember buying a new drum kit at 17 and being like, yeah, I earned the money from working with my dad.
Mm.
And then from then on, I just spent every penny I ever earned on, you know, buying a computer, buying a mic, buying some cables, buying everything that I thought I would need. If someone showed up and went, right, I've got some money, like, I want you to record me, I've got to make sure I've got what I need for them to be like, I want my money back.
Yeah, yeah.
You haven't got the thing that I thought you'd have. Mm. So it was always...
So just years of trying to collate everything you needed to record a band.
Pretty much, yeah. And a lot of the time it was stuff that I didn't even really need for me, but I knew I needed to have. Mm. I just sort of had this one-track vision of just like, I'm not going to get another job.
I'm just going to push
No
myself.
one's going to give me another job now because I've not done the college, I've not done university. I feel like I've had my little bit of help that was like, oh, I can't believe how good this is. It shouldn't be this easy. And then that didn't work out. So it was like, I don't really trust anyone else now. So I just wanted to do it myself. And so that's how I ended up where I am now. So I had a little studio just in the house. People used to come to the house and people loved it because it was, again, homely. So you could come, we'll go and have a cup of tea and my mum and dad might be in there and it would be like, oh, you're all right, you know, we're working on some music.
That's cool.
And some people loved it. Other people were just freaked out by that and then didn't come back or whatever. But it was all right and it worked well. And then I ended up moving out somewhere bigger. And then that's where I am now.
Yeah, right.
So that gets me up to today. Was that too long?
No, it's great. I think
quite long.
any sort of, well, anyone that
Life
wants
story.
to, yeah, it's good. It's
Don't want
nice.
to read your life story, mate.
Yeah.
It's like, I thought that's what we were.
I should have done that. But that, if I go around doing, you tell me a heartfelt monologue, and then I go,
Wow, was that a monologue?
well, I think it was almost
I
right.
think it was a podilog.
Polologue. But I think any sort of young or not young, you don't have to be young. That's one thing that annoys me. When you can start doing anything at any age that you want.
Yeah.
You can. I mean, I couldn't because I'm fucking useless at music, really, even though I love it. But I think that you can do anything you want in life. Doesn't matter what age or experience. You just have to be positive and move forward. Take the knocks and just not really care about because things are going to go wrong. I'm sure many things have gone wrong for you where you think, oh my God, I would have done that differently. So anyone that's listening I
think I was just like, ignorant bliss of just like, I'm smashing it.
Yeah.
And then it's a few years go by and then you're like, oh no, I wasn't.
I wasn't that
because
good.
I think I am now.
Yeah.
So I wasn't then. And then another few years go by and you're like, oh yeah, now I'm smashing it.
That's a
It's
good
like,
feeling.
What was I? What about the other year then?
Yeah.
Was I not smashing it then? And then you listen back and you're like, oh no, I kind of was. But
Yeah,
it's just a
but in a
progression.
different way. It just progression.
Yeah.
So anyone that is like a young or starting out recording music, I think that little piece that you just said is useful.
Well, yeah,
because you
definitely.
just start where you can. All you can do is do life from the position you're at, and just
the only
grow.
reason I'm still doing it now is because when I was 17 or younger than that, I was doing it. It's all well and good like going to college and learning it, but if you're not actually doing it, then you're not going to progress. So as soon as you start doing it, so that's what I'm trying to say to the younger guys that come in at the studio and they want to get some work in that. And it's like, well, start working.
Record someone. Yeah.
Start working, and then we'll do it.
Yeah.
Then you can work here.
Yeah,
but like, until you're actually doing it, then I can teach you a bit, but you're not going to get any work because it's hard to explain because they're not working yet.
The way you
it's
learn.
not like we've got loads of jobs. Like people need to like go and get the coffee and like make the tea and
clean the carpet. That's your job.
Exactly. I clean the goddamn carpets.
So the way you learn to record, or position of mics, recording drums, knowing about different plugins on Pro Tools and stuff like that, have you learnt that completely authentically, or the majority of your knowledge is from learning from doing the thing, right? So just going, that didn't work that time, or I didn't tell that
definitely
person.
trial and error. And the internet,
like recording. I remember you said to me once when you recorded someone once upon a time, they were playing acoustic, but they didn't take the button off their shirt. So every time they were playing, you could hear in the background a little niggle of the button. So just things like that you learn from and figure out how to get through that. Yeah.
Yeah, you do. You learn as you go, and also like when you work in music, I suppose you've got to just be a good hang. Like you've got to be able to like get on their level a little bit. Yeah. And I was always quite good at doing that because it didn't matter whether I was talking to a guy that was in a metal band. I was like, oh yeah, I play drums. Like, yeah, I know what I like System of a Down or whatever. Yeah. But then I'd go and hang with my older cousins that were like drum and bass and hip hop, and I knew all the artists that they were playing and they loved, and so it didn't. And then obviously it hit 16, 17, started listening to the Beatles and Led Zeppelin and Thin Lizzy and all the old 60s stuff. Got really into old music. Really loved people like Bowie and Neil Young. And then later in life, when people like that came in and wanted to record, I was like, oh yeah, this is cool. It's kind of like, the Neil Young Harvest. And they'd be like, oh yeah, you know that? I was like, oh yeah, I love that. My favourite song, Cinnamon Girl or whatever.
That's cool.
And they'd be like, oh, I didn't realise you... And it's just, you build up you just got to listen to a lot of music.
Yeah, just obsess.
And they have to hang in the room, no matter who comes in.
Yeah, and just be like a malleable person kind of to get on with people.
Didn't quite nail it on a technical front, they were like, doesn't matter.
Yeah, right.
You know that I know that you know what we're trying to do.
Yeah, and that's important.
That's more important than like, oh, why isn't the mic working? Oh, I hadn't turned it on yet.
Yeah,
so
right.
Whatever, don't care, turn it on, it's fine, let's do it. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like you become part of the team. And I feel like that's still more important.
Yeah, right.
From the technical side.
Yeah, I think that you're good at you like I said earlier, you are good at sort of being able to sniff out people's attitude and and sort of control a band. I think but not to, so it's not what they want to do. You're good at sort of understanding what each person's best.
You got to judge the characters.
Yeah. You're good at telling he's good at that, she's good at that, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you're able to sort of help them record what they want. Yeah, I think I can't imagine many people in studios are good at that. I don't know. It's just
I think that
people.
anyone that's working is good at that.
Yeah.
I think if you're not, then you'll struggle to get enough work, surely, because it is about that. It's a very much, it's
I
very
don't
much
know
about
though.
being.
I'm from just doing the music blog for a while. Met so many different people, spoke to so many different people, like whatever, bloggers, A&R people, loads of different bands and singers and producers, record label owners, but they don't all seem to have like that authenticity that it makes it easy to record a song or like, well, one thing I learn from recording, I learn every single time I record something. So, and I think that you and the studio as a whole, I guess, is just good at helping people make something. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because I've always wanted to collaborate with people. Because when me and my brother would always try and write songs when we were younger. I had drums, and then we had like a guitar, but it wasn't. Neither of us could play the guitar, and I could play the drums. My brother was useless. Sorry, Ed. So we we had no right at making songs.
Yeah.
But we tried to anyway. We'd write lyrics and that. And I used to record. I used to have a 2-channel cassette, like boombox. So you'd put a cassette in one side blank, play and record, play a drum beat, and then I'd take that cassette out, put it in the other cassette side, press play, put another blank disc cassette in the other side, hit play and record. So you was hearing the first tape play out the speakers and then back into the mic.
Yeah, crazy.
So you're like getting degraded sound straight away.
Yeah.
And then I'd do an overdub that way. But that wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm going to learn how to record. That was like a game.
Yeah, that was like that's amazing.
You're like
yeah,
playing the game of like
you didn't even know.
Song.
Yeah, you didn't even know what you were doing.
Didn't
it
know
was
what I was
like
doing,
that's pretty amazing. Yeah, you're one of those annoying people that
and that sort of come
a
back.
natural thing. It's like speaking or breathing or whatever for you. Yeah, which is really annoying for people that aren't. Like that. Yeah. Well, no, I'm
maybe. Yeah, like who knows? Like that was just something that we done for fun.
Yeah.
And like I'm sure a lot of people that do this for a living now done the same thing. It was just like just messing about.
Yeah, and then you think, oh god, yeah, I've been.
But
doing
it wasn't
this.
until years and years later you think back and have that little memory, and you're like, oh my god, I was recording even then. I didn't know I was recording.
Yeah, right.
That's really funny.
Which is amazing.
And it was always terrible, but I was like committed to like it being a little bit less terrible.
Yeah, trying to make it better. Yeah.
Anyway, getting back off the tangent, it's about I always wanted to collaborate because those early recordings on the boombox were terrible, and I was like, I need to get some people that are not terrible, and then I can record them.
Yeah.
So that's how that ended up happening. I was like, oh yeah, you can play other instruments, so let's start collaborating. So I'd have like other people come and work and do stuff, and you learn from other people, and you learn how to make them sound good, how to make them feel comfortable enough to actually sing or like rap in front of you. You'll be like, oh, like, all right then, like if you're embarrassed, then I'll do it.
Yeah.
Listen to me, I'm terrible, you're great, I've just done it. And then I know, yeah, you're really good, and it's like we sort of encourage each other. Do you know what I mean? And then slowly, I would like, nah, it's not for me. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to perform. I just want to do the other side of it. But obviously, always played drums still. So then, ended up playing in bands and stuff.
What do you prefer? Do you prefer performing or do you prefer producing?
I prefer producing.
Yeah.
I do like gigging. I do like playing shows, and there's nothing like the buzz of the first time you see a load of people singing a song that you wrote, singing back, and that happened quite early on, before the band that we're doing now. It was like it was it again. It was like parallel obsessions. It was like the recording thing. I had the bug for that, and then you get the bug for like I like the feeling of that. And actually, pre that happening as well, it was the DJ thing. It was like when you drop a tune and the whole room goes mental. That's a really good buzz.
Yeah, right.
Like, which I've totally not got the hunger for anymore. I don't want to DJ, but I'm sure if I did, which I don't want to, and I wouldn't be any good anyway, I'd get that same
the
buzz.
feeling, yeah.
It's amazing. Like, but I got sick of doing it and then thinking, but that's not my music.
Yeah, right. So the hardest thing about being a performer or making anything that you wrote yourself is that it always feels like not good enough. That's what I feel anyway. Whereas when you're working with somebody else or on someone else's stuff, you can tune into their like.
You fall in love with what they've done.
Yeah, and then that's such a good feeling.
And then they tell you that what you've done is really good.
Yeah,
But it's when that breaks down, that's when it's hard being in a collaboration.
Yeah,
do you know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
But always in the early stages, that's what sparks off the excitement. It's like, oh, you're really good at that.
Yeah.
I'm really good at this. He's really good at that. And then we'll all do it. And then this is perfect. And then you feel like you're smashing it. And then obviously being in a band is a lot more difficult than just that, unfortunately, sometimes. But then that's how you learn how to help other bands. Because you go like, all right, I know what's going on here.
Yeah.
You're trying to, right, look, this is what we're going to do. You know, everyone's gonna have their say, but at the end of the day, this is how
you
do
you do all the stereotypes, like you've done all those situations.
You can work out what the bass player.
He was that, and you're the same.
You're like, right, he's gonna take a bit of work to try and win round. But these two are on it.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is make sure that he's good.
Yeah.
Look after him because I've got to win him over.
Because these other two
but
are.
don't
fine.
ignore those two because they're your mates at the minute.
Yeah,
They're the key to getting him.
Yeah,
But then sometimes it's just everyone's easy and it's fine. But
it's just like a project management. It's like arranging people and organising them. They don't even know that you're doing it, which is like
and it does. Well, that's the thing because I've always worked on my own, and I didn't, apart from the short spell of working at a studio where there was other people. I've always done studio manager. Yeah. So I'll be the one they talk to on the phone, and I'll be the one that they talk to on email. And then when they come and do the session, I'll be the one that makes them a cup of tea, and then I'll be the one that like sets up the mics, and then I'll be the one that does the sound check, and then I'll be the one that does the recording. It goes on. I'll be the one that does the mix, and then I'll be the one that'll be on the emails. So I've done every step of it was just all me. So I was used to doing that. So I've never really. I'm slowly starting to be able to delegate a little bit, but it's still difficult at this point. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
We back?
Yeah. What I was going to say was, do you think that the thing that you enjoy the most about running a studio is doing a bit of everything? Do you think when you get to the level where you're just doing the mix, you think what's your favourite bit? Is it talking to somebody that knows they want to record something to the whole way?
No, that's not the thing I like about it the most. The thing I like about it the most is creating something cool.
Yeah, right.
And working with people that I really like working with. But I don't necessarily like having to talk to everyone about money.
Yeah, right, fine.
How we're going to do it on the budget, and how many days it's going to take, like trying to forecast all that stuff.
Yeah, okay. And
then like having to stick to it. I have got really good at being like, if they come in for 2 days, then like we'll be in a good place after 2 days. And I'll know that if we're a bit behind schedule. Do you know what I mean? So
right. So then you can.
But I wouldn't say that it's the best thing about it, doing everything. I quite like just doing the mix. I do a bit of stuff like that. Just people just send me stuff to mix. I really like that. I can see that being a good thing in the future. But at the same time, it'd be lovely just to be able to pick and choose. Yeah. Be like, I'm going to record that band, and then I'm going to palm it off to him because he's going to do a great job on the mix.
Right. Yeah, that comes, I suppose.
So I enjoy lots of different things. I had a conversation with Jay, who works at the studio the other day, and it'd be like, wouldn't it be nice to just do the drums?
Yeah, right.
Like, just go, we're just going to come to you and we're just going to do all the drums, and then that's what we want from you. And actually, I do actually quite a bit of that, because people do a lot of stuff at home now, but they can't always do drums at home because it's loud or it's not got enough room.
Like me, for example, when I've recorded a few bits, I just want you to do the drums.
So that is quite nice doing that, but then at other times it's like, oh, just let me do it all. I want to do it all now, but yeah, like it's not. I don't want to always do it all.
Yeah, right.
I think I'm very much like, if there's a really good plan and I can be a good part of that plan, be part of the team and do a good job at my bit of it. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's great. But it's when there's no plan, and then all of a sudden what you thought was the plan actually isn't. Yeah. And you're forecasting what you're going to be doing. You're going to be busy finishing this, and all of a sudden it's over, sort of thing. You're finished. And I don't like that. No. But that's just the way I am, but that is the way the industry is as well a bit. So you just get used to it. Yeah. You get a few little surprises every now and again. Keeps you on your toes.
I guess every I guess even though you're doing sort of the same thing every day in the way that it's recording music, I guess every single day is different almost. Or every single band or every single song or whatever is different. Yeah, because it's like a different. It's
different, but it's the same
vibe, different group of people. You know, different factors.
Yeah,
but it's
different. But then obviously it's the recurring. Like, I've been here before.
Yeah,
I know where this is going to go.
Yeah.
And then that's the stuff. That's why you can be quick and you can get a great sounding song in a couple of days because you're like, right.
Yeah.
We've stopped fanning around with this now because this is not going to. I know this is not going to work. If we want to get it done in the time, just move to this. Let's do this, and you sort of learn what not to do.
Yeah. If something's taking a bit too long, just move on from that bit and do something.
Yeah. No, not. It's not a good idea to stay on an idea for ages, but if people can't afford to stay there all day.
Yeah. Right.
For like a week, then we have to move on.
Yeah.
And then that's part of the job at the minute is doing that. But then I'm working on some projects that are like open ended. So it's like if we need to spend X amount of time, that's fine. We can do that.
Yeah. That's nice to have that freedom.
I'm at that point where it's like I don't have to say yes to everything, but I have to say yes to most things.
Yeah.
And I can have a little bit of time for like, I'm going to work on that with that person, then I'm going to work on that with that, and then the rest of the time I'm going to try and earn the money.
Yeah, right. That's cool. But then I guess if you just had stuff that you could spend as much time as you wanted, you might not get much sort of satisfaction from it. Yeah, because at
some point you've got to choose what you're going to have for dinner.
Yeah, you're never finishing anything.
At some point that waitress is going to come over and go, "So, are you ready?
What are you having for?"
And I have to go, "I'll have the steak."
Yeah. Or lentils.
Or lentils, which maybe from now on that'll be.
That's what, you know.
They were good lentils. But yeah, so at some point you just got to be like, this is what we're going to do. Make your mind up.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
That is a thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Why do we say that?
Why do we say that? Stupid. It's like, and God.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Like, it happens at home, and then I'm like, God, what's he going to, what's it got to do with him? It's like, oh, no, just saying it. And then, or like, you drop something, it's really noisy. Jesus!
Jesus!
Say, no. My name's Rees. Not Jesus.
This is a thing that also is a thing.
The sound of that creeps me out.
Why'd you do that when you have a drink? What's that do?
I don't know, it's like a release. A release of like, that's better.
Hold on. I think it's put on. It's like a.
Let's feel if it feels real.
It's like
that feels real.
That one was, but that was like an understatement.
You have to hold your breath if you're going to drink something.
That's true. You need to let it out.
So
it's like a.
It's the exhale that comes after the inhale before you have the drink.
That's fair enough. That's why we do it, isn't it? Fair play. Right.
There you go. Solve that one.
Yeah, fucking solve that. Like nobody's business. But to me, it feels like a bit like. Look at me.
No, people do put it on.
Look at me.
They were like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
this is the best drink.
Lager. Oh, do you have like a common struggle that you get with running a studio? What's the most common thing that annoys you?
I don't know really. I'm quite moany anyway.
Yeah.
So
right.
it's a lot of stuff.
A lot of things wind you up.
Just moaning about everything all the time, a bit like Carl Pilkington.
Yeah, right. Similar head as well.
Yeah, big bald head. Moany. But then really positive when you need to get shit done.
That's it.
I don't know really. The stress of trying to earn enough money. That is it.
Yeah, if you could take. It. Yeah, right.
I'd happily work on anyone's music pretty much because I've done so much different stuff in the time. Like stuff that's great, stuff that's really not great. So I can get through that, not a problem. As long as I get paid at the end of the day, it's all good. But it's when you're worried about money.
Yeah,
but that's the same for everyone. Even if you've got a full-time salary, you still worry about money.
Yeah, that's something I'd worry about money, but I know I've got enough to pay the bills. So what's the point of worrying about it?
What's the point of worrying about it? But then sometimes I don't know if I have.
That's true.
Because I've got my home bills. I always say to people like, when I try and have to say to them how it really is, because obviously people look at the band and they might look at the studio and they'll be like, "You're all right. You must be rich. Like you've got 1 million streams." It's like, nope.
Yeah, we got 40 quid for that.
Yeah, it's all right. A bit more. I got 40 quid. I'm only the drummer. But actually, they don't. know the half of it, and actually running the studio is a nightmare.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to make loads of money, you wouldn't do music. You wouldn't run a studio. I'm like, look, I'm not trying to rip you off, because if I wanted to rip people off and make loads of money, I'd do something else.
Yeah, sell houses or something.
Yeah, and so it is the worrying about the money. But it's what I try and explain to people is like, if you think about you've got to earn enough money to pay your mortgage, I've got to do that times 2.
Yeah, right.
Because I've got the home, and then I've got to pay for the studio as well, which, funny enough, they work out about the same amount each month.
Wow.
So it's like having a whole other home, which is great because you get to go to your other home
Yeah,
and
that's true.
work and feel at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's great. But at the same time, when you're not sure if you're going to make it, which you somehow always do, it's a little bit stressful. And then you're trying to like, no, it always works out. Don't beat yourself up. It'll be all right. But it's hard not to, for me anyway.
Well, it's like also like an ingrained thing to make sure you make the money, I suppose.
Yeah, you
it's
have
like
to.
It's like you have to worry about it. It's like
have to go to
it's
that
like,
place.
Yeah, it's like respect of the situation to
It's
worry
like,
about.
Can't just not worry about it and then F it up.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you got to. Well, that's just the way that I am, I think, and a lot of people are. But I do admire people that can be really just like, oh, it'll be all right,
Yeah,
and it
it'll be
is.
all right,
You're like, damn it,
I should've
why is
done
it? Yeah, why did I bother worrying about it? You didn't, and it worked out fine because I solved it.
Yeah.
And then I realised that's why. That's why you're all right, because
I
I sorted
sorted
it out.
it out for you.
So yeah, that is the worst thing though. It's not what I love working with people, different people. I love working with musicians, even though they're a strange breed. I love all that, but
It's
yeah,
fun. It's funny.
I hate
that
money, and I hate having to talk to musicians about money.
most people feel like that. Do you know? Even like really wealthy people probably go, "Oh, money does my head in."
Yeah, they're like, I don't know where to put it all.
Yeah, I've got enough.
Where can I put it where I ain't got to pay tax?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
God, I've got to worry about that.
Oh Jesus!
God, Jesus, you got some money? Can I hide some money in your cloak?
Can I hide
Did
it
you
in
wear
your
a cloak?
studio? What's that? Cloaks.
Oh, sorry, we're going back on Jesus again.
Well, I'm just thinking
We're
about
getting off topic.
cloak. One thing I do think about cloaks is cloakrooms, because
Yep.
you go in a club or you go in go into a music venue
In the
and
70s, they had cloaks.
and it's a cloakroom. So I mean, who's got a cloak? Does you get a wizard at the door going, "Oh, have you got a cloakroom?" Oh, we have actually. We've got a cloakroom, and a wizard goes and puts his cloak in there.
Well, obviously, at some point in history, that was what happened.
Yeah, true.
And
People wore
then that
cloaks.
room always just kept the name, even though it's
coat room,
coat room, jacket room.
like a
But what was it? Potatoes? Jacket room.
potato room.
Mate,
Good Cockney rhyme is
we
slang.
could do a little little venture.
The potato room.
Jacket room. That's terrible.
Or what you could do is you could create the jacket room, and that would just like you say, you could just sell jacket potatoes.
That's
couldn't
what I'm
you?
saying.
You could that'd be boring though, wouldn't it?
Be rubbish. Let's move on. Me and you, we can cook. We ain't got to worry about jacket potatoes.
Oh, but do you know what? I do like a jacket spud and beans on.
It's been a while.
Yeah, and a glass of red wine.
Oh,
Weird. It's a
yeah,
weird.
but you have that with everything. You're like Alan Brazil.
Let's try and do the quickest advert ever. This podcast is sponsored by Vocal Zone, which is a throat pastel company. It's basically a throat pastel that soothes your voice, keeps you nice and smooth. Slow down a bit. They also do teas. They've got various flavours like myrrh and mint, red sage and fennel, and lemon, ginger and manuka leaf. And they're bloody delicious and they really work. They keep you smooth in the old voice. Enter a code onto their website, which is VZNoStress19, VZNoStress19, onto their product code thing, and you'll make me look good.
Yeah, so basically everyone I meet in life, even if they're just like a geezer at the bus stop, I say, "Have you watched the Man City documentary? Have you watched the Man City documentary?"
No, I haven't
Reece?"
watched it.
Well,
but I did watch the Sunderland documentary.
which is mentally good as well.
Yeah, really good. It's a nice insight into what it's really like,
Yeah.
even at that really quite high level.
Do you
It's
know-
actually just a load of people.
Just a load of people just trying to do their best. Not
Some
always.
of them are
though.
getting silly money.
Some of them
Some
are.
of them
Jack
are just on
Rodwell.
minimum wage.
Jack Rodwell amazed me out of that.
Yeah.
70 grand a week just sitting there doing weights.
Didn't seem to have much motivation to be a good person whatsoever,
No,
did he?
or he didn't really care about football, did he? Really?
Nah.
I think
weird
maybe
that.
he just doesn't like football.
Maybe.
There are some footballers who see it just as a job.
He'll never be that good though, will he? Because obviously, I know it. We all know it. If you're going to be good at anything, you've got to like dedicate yourself.
You've
to
got to
it.
apply yourself.
And you'll do anything for it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you're not getting paid. Whereas he was getting paid.
Yeah,
and he still didn't want to do it.
Yeah, which is mad, isn't it?
Crazy.
How can you get that I'm pretty sure that's luck to get to that level of your profession and still have that possibility in you to be like, I can't be bothered. Like that's just must be luck to get to that level. Because he was on £70,000 a week.
Well, he must have been good.
Well, he was good for I think he played for Everton, then he went to Man City, and then Sunderland bought him. Yeah. There's a clip in it where someone goes, "You're playing to get today, Jack," or this week, Jack. He goes, "Not a fucking chance." In that, I don't know if you noticed that. Really quiet.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And you just think, "Oh my god!"
But then you think, well, what's gone on then?
Something.
Something's obviously gone on. But at the same time, no matter what had really gone on,
No,
I still don't really agree with that.
Well, and also
because that's the thing about football is that it's just silly.
Yeah.
It is silly, isn't it?
It is stupid.
I was
and
talking
pointless.
to Sam, who I own a studio with, who's an artist. He does music for a living. He does Get Cake, Wear Cake, Fly, and he's a very intelligent man. And we was having a chat, and it was like, it's a bit silly, really, isn't it? Like, you know, all these people that are like super talented, like making music, not really
getting anywhere,
or not really earning proper money. Like even people that are doing really well in music, they're not. But then footballers, they are. Wow, they really are. And we were talking about how it's TV rights and all that. And the thing is with it that we come to the conclusion on the other day was that it's because it's live.
Right.
Those players are only going to be on that pitch for that amount of time on that day, and that's it.
Yeah, right.
So you've got to pay to watch it. You've got to either pay to go or you've got to pay to watch it and record it or whatever. But same with boxing. Do you know what I mean? It's only going to happen. It's pay-per-view. It's like you've got to watch it.
And the most attractive thing about
music is different.
Yeah.
Apart from live gigs, obviously. So that's why everyone's now like, oh, you can make money playing live. Yeah, you can. But at the same time, you know,
things that are live are better.
You can play the same show every night. Whereas that one match at that one moment in time between those two teams doesn't happen every night.
Never going to happen again, yeah.
It doesn't happen every night. You can't repeat it again the next day.
Well, every game's completely different. Yeah, it's like that. That's the beauty of football, I suppose.
Yeah.
You just don't know what's going to happen.
But we were looking at the disparity between the two industries and just thinking, it's so silly because like obviously the music industry makes so much money for the economy.
Yeah.
And then obviously football must, generate
Loads,
so much money because of everything that goes on with it.
Yeah, like local revenue and everything.
But the fact that they can pay the players so much money and like it just reflects the blatant inequality in society. Full stop.
Yeah, right. I suppose it's just whatever people put the value on. Like the people decide the value. I suppose
they do. Yeah.
Of the
See,
product.
like, millionaire like curlers.
No, right, yeah, which you could. If people were like, this is incredible, if they somehow, it's never going to happen.
For some reason, we all like football.
Yeah, football.
Funny that, but I'm not against it. Do you know what? When I started playing in bands and I moved away from it big time. I really did, because I played growing up. Football was like my life, or sports in general, but mainly football. It was like that. That was what I wanted to do as well. I'd always done music, but it was like when I was really young, it was like football was it. And I lost it because it was just like, I don't know, this is just a bit silly. It's just meant to be a game, and it got all of a sudden got really serious, and I went up for that. And music at the time was like a good bounce off from that. It was like a reflection of that. It was the opposite of that.
Yeah, right.
It was more relaxed. It was more hang out and like be creative.
Yeah, it's still silly, but it's not. It's like they're both kind of. Well, they're not pointless because one is art. I guess. I mean, there is an argument that football can be art occasionally.
Yeah.
But I understand.
It got a bit serious, and then I moved away from following my team because it was just like I just felt like they were just all getting paid like silly money, and it was just I don't know. I was a Spurs fan for a start.
Yeah, right. So it wasn't going well.
It weren't going well, and but then I found football again. Still Tottenham weren't doing great, but I found it again and I realised that I needed it.
Yeah, right.
You missed it. I missed it, and I needed it to bounce back from doing music because obviously doing music every day, listening to music every day. I didn't really want to get in the car and like slam a bit of like overly compressed Radio 1.
Yeah,
like, I was just like, don't want to hear it. Whereas I'll quite happily listen to, a football station or whatever, a talk station, and it's good for that. So basically, my life is, and it's the same for Sam and probably Jay a bit. Jay tours a lot more, but the three of us that own the studio together, it's like music, mainly. And then if we're not doing that, then we want to be watching football.
Yeah, right.
And if we're not doing that, then we want to be cooking some nice food.
Yeah, right. Which
And
is
if we're not doing that, then we're just hanging with our mates or friends. That's our lives.
Yeah,
And it's like, and we obviously fit in like gigging and like going out and stuff into all of that.
It's
But it's like that's the basis of it all. Really.
Yeah, just like my three favourite things about life. Yeah, are
And
that.
exactly, yeah. But obviously, you need the other two to be able to get away from the music for a bit.
Yeah.
So like, you finish. I'll finish my day. I'll shut the place down. I'll drive home. I'll normally listen to what I've worked on the way home.
Yeah.
Because I'm that sad.
Yeah.
And then I'll go home and I'll cook, and then I'll sit and I'll watch a movie or whatever and just chill out a bit and just completely forget, and then I'll go back and listen again. And that's how it's about having that break.
The balance between, because you got to rest the ears when you're listening to something you've made.
When I get home, if I don't cook, then I don't get that chance to like transition.
Yeah, definitely.
So if I couldn't walk in the door and someone already cooked and then just have to eat it, because I'll still be rushing about, or in my brain I'm still rushing about. So I'll eat the food like silly quick because I'm like in rush mode.
Yeah, you don't
someone
have the
said
time.
to me like, no one's going to nick that food. Like, calm down. And I'm like, I'm just in rush mode. I need to wind back down to normal life. And cooking does that for me.
Yeah, I think. Does
that do it for you?
I think cooking is probably, like I said earlier, it's my main hobby. Probably it's definitely my form of meditation. Like that. That's what I do. I make sure and it annoys Ella because Ella likes cooking and is good, but I just don't allow it basically because it's like my time to sort of because I don't know, most things in my life I do loads of different stuff and I'm not particularly amazing at any of them, but I really do
like
think
to mix it up.
Yeah, but I think cooking is probably the thing that I feel most confident at in my life, like that I can.
Not podcasting.
Podcasting, I'm not bad at it, but we'll let people judge that. We'll judge the reviews, son.
Anyway, what was we talking about? Football.
Football, yeah. Well, that's the thing that this. Go back to Southend United. There you go. I've done
Anyone
it for
in
you.
America? We're talking about soccer.
Soccer ball.
Soccer ball.
Kick the suck. Do you know what is great about Americans with golf? That they hit the golf ball fucking miles. They do, and they shout in the hole. Get that, like they're shouting at the ball
In the hole.
to get in the hole. And I just think, do you know what? That sums up a nation.
Yeah.
Not that I don't like Americans or think they're thick, but
We all say that because we're scared.
Yeah.
You don't like them, do you?
Americans, I do.
We can't say that because literally everything about culture that we
American.
love is American. Yeah, it's funny. I've never even been there.
No,
So
but I will.
anyone in America wants to make some awesome music with someone from Britain,
Go.
give me a call.
Reese is your man.
I'm your man.
What's your number? Don't say that. You might get some weirdos.
Yeah, I've got
texting.
enough weirdos texting me.
Yeah. Well, I'm one of them. But yeah, back to football. This kid, Charlie Kelman, 17 years old, right? He just won League One Goal of the Month. So he's like he made his debut for Southend, and he was on the pitch for 20 minutes. He's one of his
saw
first.
that goal.
You saw the goal. So that was his first appearance and his first senior goal at 17 years old. And what I like about this is that the year he was born, 2001.
Yeah, scary.
And then you think, oh my lord.
Yeah, it makes you feel well old, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like when I realised, I think, was it Steven Gerrard or something? It was like, he's younger than me, or he's the same age or something. I was like, hold on a minute. It's just weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they're all so young.
Well,
it's a young man's game.
That's mad about football. Like when I used to go, every player's older than me. And the guy that sits in front of me is my dad's mate. He goes, wait till you're older than every single one of the players.
Yeah.
And then you go, and I watch now, they're all younger than me, almost. Yeah. And you think, for God's sake, I'm just hoping that wasn't going to happen. But
Well, it is that, innit? You like, oh no, I'm getting old. But at the same time, like, I don't know. As long as you find what you love about life, getting old's actually all right.
I think so.
Because you finally get to actually do what you want to do. Like,
stop caring so much about what other people think of you.
Yeah, a little bit more. I definitely feel that a little, especially since having my daughter as well. Like, you're just like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like, all I care about is this, really.
Yeah.
So like, think what you want. So that helped me because
it's a nice excuse. A kid is a nice excuse to go, I'm calm.
Yeah.
Isn't it? That's the main reason I'd have a kid.
I'm calm.
I can't.
I can't.
So the main reason
I'm calm. Definitely not.
Well, the reason I'd have a kid is just so I can't. No, I can't tonight.
Yeah. Perfect excuse.
But yeah, I like that. So the main thing you care about is the kid, and that
helps you think. Oh, do you know what? Who cares what everyone else thinks? But at the same time, that's never going to go away, especially for me, because I do. Unfortunately.
Yeah, cool. So I suppose you're in the industry you're in. Like, it relies a lot on what people think of you.
Pretty much,
I
suppose. But then just in general life, I try and keep everyone happy.
Yeah.
Which again works well, because that's what you got to do at work.
Yeah.
But then in life, you can't always.
No.
So you got to learn to just be like, I'm just going to piss you off because there's no other choice.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So, But I don't know what we were saying.
Well, everything. I think in the last 10 minutes we said literally everything there was to say. But I think having a child, that must be a really good reminder that that life is mostly positive, and there's mainly positive outcomes in most situations, and it's a child is a good reminder that not a lot else matters apart from connection with family and friends.
Yeah, it is, and especially when you said about I can't tonight. Do you know what I mean? I get to the point where I'm like, I haven't seen my mum, or I haven't seen my brother. Yeah, right. So I can't come to your gig. Yeah, because I haven't even seen my own brother. Yeah, so I just can't do it. Like, I should, if I'm going to do anything, I'll go and do that. You get to that point where you realise that that's important and that, and it's nice. It's like, for me, I was a little worried living my certain lifestyle, like working long hours and like being really flexible with my time and being in the studio and that. I worried that maybe, becoming a parent might make that. This would be a good question if you ask me it. But luckily, I'm going down there anyway. Oh, I don't need.
I'm naturally so good at this that I don't even have to ask. I don't even have to ask you anything.
I'm literally a horse walking to a stream.
Exactly.
And getting back to what I was saying, so I'm trying to be funny again.
It worked. I laughed, sort of. Inside.
I completely forgot what I was saying. But it does. I was worried that it was going to be hard for me to continue the way I was, like doing it, working as much, and but actually it just makes you focus more. Yeah, right. There isn't always that much time. So the time you have got on both sides of the coin, the time you've got at home, make most of that. Yeah. And also the time you've got where you can be at work, is make sure you get some shit done. Yeah, mate. It probably makes you, because you've got to go and get home. Do you know what I mean?
Just makes you. I mean, that's a common thing. People say that they have kids and it made them a better person. I suppose it would make you a better partner and a better dad and a better business owner / person that creates music. It just makes you better at it because you got more of a direction. It gives you sort of more direction. Yeah, you
definitely focus in on what's important and what you need to do, and you're like, cool, I don't need to go and get drunk anymore. I don't need to go out socialising so much and worry about whether I haven't been out in ages, I'm not part of the gang anymore. Like, I grew out of that a long time ago anyway, but it was just like, that all of that becomes insignificant, and then you really feel like you're going somewhere. You can focus on just that, and then every now and again you get to come and like do this, which is great. Podcast, which is kind of social, but it's also part of
doing your thing.
I don't know, talking about what you do, being a human,
trying to be positive.
It is difficult. It is, and I'm not the most positive person. I think I'm good at building other people up, giving them good advice. Yeah. But then
maybe you need to give yourself some of that advice.
Yeah, I do try, but it's not the same. No. You can't take your own advice.
Maybe you need to do that thing that some mad people do, where they record themselves saying something positive about themselves, and then you just listen to it back. So you just say, "I am a good dad. I am a good." Just listen to that over and over. I mean, that would be mental. Imagine if you pulled up if I pull up at traffic lights and you're sat there in like a couple of weeks and you've got that playing and it's just you going, Rees, you are a good producer.
You can EQ kick drums like no one else.
Yeah, you just done all that.
You can emulate everyone else's kick drum sounds.
The reverb room is fucking great. Well done.
The echo chamber.
Sorry, mate. The echo chamber, the reverb room. But that's like if I looked at a thesaurus.
Well, it's probably more reverb than it is echo. So I'll give you that.
Yeah, right. Difference between reverb and echo for the common man listening?
Echo is a delay. Yeah. So echo is technically the same signal again, but at a different time. So the original echoes were basically a piece of pipe inside a box
Okay.
and the sound goes in one end and there's a mic at the other end.
Records it.
However long that pipe is how long the delay is. And then you can change the length of the pipe to make different length delays.
Yeah, right.
So that's echo.
Yeah.
And you can have echo that's like really short and like what we call slap. Or you can have a long echo that sometimes you can do it at whole notes, quarter notes, eighth notes, 16th notes and make patterns of delay.
Okay.
Whereas reverb is the sound of the room.
Mm.
It's the sound of a space.
And it's funny because most
So
people...
there's only one signal. And then there's the way that the room would react to
Yeah.
that signal, and that's what you're listening to, rather than there being a duplicate of the same signal, which is the delay. I don't know. That's my explanation of it.
It works, and it's true. Echo...
No one ever told me that in a classroom with a whiteboard.
You learn... Yeah. Get
This
out
is
there
what-
and experience.
Yeah, it was just like, that's my explanation of it. It's probably completely wrong technically.
Probably, but it made sense to me.
Made sense.
Echo, most people would think echo is reverb.
Yeah,
So,
well, it
like,
kind of is.
Yeah, well, basically
Back in the day, it kind of was.
Mm.
So
So
it's
echo
all
and
the
delay
same.
is the same.
Echo and delay is the same.
Mm.
But then at the same time, a really short reverb can be classed as an echo because you get the early reflections which act like a
repeat.
repeat.
Yeah. Mm.
So yeah, we're getting into gear talk now. I'm loving this.
That's good. That's what
Mate,
you're all about.
This is me. This is me every day in the car. That's the thing. I don't listen to the radio or music. I listen to people chatting about.
Maybe there's a lot of space there for a British light. Listen to that.
Probably is. Yeah.
Light-hearted, technical chat about
Yeah, I'd
studio.
love to do that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know.
But
I'm not doing it yet at the moment. I don't necessarily like being videoed, but I don't really mind this.
Yeah.
This is all right.
Well, this is you feel at ease doing this. I find. Well, I do. Yeah.
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 I feel all right. This is all right. I get to show off a little bit.
Yeah. Show off knowledge about delay and reverb. What the difference is.
Just
Not-
it's just we just can't help it, me and you. Can we?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'll be funny.
Yeah.
I'm funny, but
Yeah.
we're not really.
No, we were actually really dull.
We're not that funny at all. But we find each other funny. It's like, oh yeah, you're trying to be funny.
Yeah,
But then that's why I enjoy your podcast because I'm like, I could be in the room chipping in, and I'd think it would be funny.
Yeah.
But actually, everyone else is just like, shut the hell up.
Yeah, unless they're thinking that's funny.
Maybe.
The best thing about a podcast is that it's just like having a chat in a pub.
It is like having a chat. It's
like
good.
you're
On a
listening in.
mic.
Yeah.
No,
Being
a
recorded.
podcast is a recent thing. It's been about a year, and it's been a good year.
Yes.
Especially when you've got a young baby, and you're like, babies, they sleep a lot, and you go. I tended to go for long walks, especially in the summer, just to get out of the house when you've got a baby all day. So podcasts were great. You'd always have one ear off or whatever, so you don't need to worry about getting the full stereo thing.
Yeah.
So you can walk around, listen to people chatting about stuff that you're interested in. And you could hear, it was always like when I used to read Sound on Sound magazine and that, you'd read about what people done. You'd be like, oh, I do that. And then you go, oh, that's cool. Like, that's a little bit of validation. Like, no one told me to do that, but I've always done that. And then I'm hearing this guy who just done this band who I really like. And that's what he done. That's cool. I'm not doing that wrong. That's good. And then podcasts is like a reinforcement of that. You listen to people talking about like the work-life balance and how they juggle doing that for a living and like how do they have a family still and stuff. And it's really nice to hear that. And most of these people are American. Do you know what I mean? And like they live in America. And obviously we're all in one world and we're all very similar anyway, but obviously it is different. But at the same time, on a human level, it's exactly the same. So I can quite happily sit and listen to it. And there's just a lot of music in America, which is great. But it always comes up. Like the British thing always comes up with American music, like Abbey Road and like,
It's like the mecca of music. It's
they
like
just love it. They love it. So at least I'm not like Danish. Although I would quite like to be Danish.
Yeah.
You're Danish.
I'm Danish, yeah. And look at the flags.
That could not have been
The
more...
flags are up.
Wow. It must have been subliminal.
It must have
that
been.
was like Darren Brown.
Yeah, well, that, I did say I don't have to ask questions. I subliminally
Subliminally.
put them there.
That's mental. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with being Danish.
Yeah, so podcasting, it's like a traditional form of media, isn't it? It's like the wireless. I think that's why it's a lot of people enjoy it. That's why it's sort of growing, and it's strange because radio is probably the oldest form of entertainment electrically.
Yeah.
So, but what
created in Chelmsford in Essex.
There you go. We're not far away from the creation. The creational
in our
home.
blood.
It's in our bloodline.
Even though we're not like that down here.
They do in Chelmsford. It's a bit far up north. But the thing about it is that I was thinking about that, and the reason people like it is because it's authentic and organic, and that's the reason people like vinyl. That's why vinyl comes back. People just like stuff that's organic will never disappear.
Isn't it funny though? Yeah, I agree with you. I think stuff that people can connect with, people love it, and that's what's trying to find. That's why it's music's difficult, because you've got to try and connect with people. But in it funny, and I think this come up on a podcast that so we're just plagiarising now, but that's fine. I think most of what I've said's been someone else's view.
People have said it before.
But they were just saying, ain't it funny? Like, people will listen to a whole hour of a podcast, and then they'll listen to another one, and then the next one, and then again and again. Whereas with like, people won't get to the end of a 3-minute pop song. They'll be like,
amazing, isn't it? Yes, that is amazing. Yeah, that's crazy. Is it the authenticity of a conversation? Like like you can relate. You can straight away relate to a conversation.
Maybe that's what the art of good songwriting is. Yeah, you've got to make it a story or a conversation that you like. I want to hear how it ends.
Yeah.
Not like, I know where this is going. There's going to be a bridge, and then it's going to go to one last chorus, which is going to be a bit louder.
And
the vocalist is going to try and do something different, because you've got
because you've got to do a bit of a harmony, otherwise
you've got to ad lib or something, otherwise it's just the same as the last one. But that's what's coming, and then maybe that's why.
Is it like it's probably? I mean, it's not a good thing for people that want to write music. Really, it's harder to get people to listen to a 3-minute song than it is like a 2-hour podcast, like you say. But I wonder if it's just people. It's it's a positive thing, because people just want to be around people or listen to what people have to say. It's like it's not totally gone that people want a connection, And,
maybe what it is,
maybe
sorry to interrupt, but maybe what it is that because we don't
have that.
We don't talk enough.
Yeah, we don't talk enough. We don't have enough connection.
So maybe we're all desperate for that.
Yeah.
And music don't really cut it.
Music doesn't give you that. Yeah, we've done. We've done music. Music's done.
Damn it!
Give up. Any musician. I mean, people that write songs will be listening.
If I could make more money out of podcasting, then I wouldn't have to have such a massive studio.
That's true. You
don't need to have room mics, really, do you?
You don't even need a studio. Just do it in the dining room.
Yeah.
You're welcome whenever. Just let me know. Yeah.
I could record up here.
But yeah, that is probably it. Yeah, it's like people just want the connection between people.
That must be it, because there definitely is less of that. Like, not from particularly my own experience, but just knowing what went on before the internet and all that, and mobile phones and that. There must have been more.
Yeah, definitely.
Just like, we've just been sitting here for 3 hours chatting. Yeah. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but within that 3 hours of sitting and chatting, people would have checked their phones. Yeah. And they probably would have zoned out for a bit.
That's it. Like, you're looking through Instagram, you're flicking through, you're watching you're binge watching fantasy worlds, and it's not real, and it's not real, but then it's very real. Like what we're doing.
Do love a bit of fantasy.
I love it. I love things that are made up. It's great.
Yeah, a bit of Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, it's a bit long, that.
It is long. I once watched all 3 in one day.
Jesus.
It was a crazy day.
I remember when I started Breaking Bad. I watched like 16 episodes in a day without eating.
Wow, I never watched that.
What?
No, I never watched it.
You've got to watch Breaking Bad.
I used to watch a little bit with a friend of mine. When I used to go and hang at his, he'd be like, "Yeah, I know you're here, but we need to carry on." It's like, it's cool. I can just jump in and out. It's fine.
Well, that, to be honest, you can enjoy it without watching it all the way through.
So I got it was good.
Yeah.
But I just don't know the whole full shebang.
No, I can't remember it.
Other stuff I've watched all the way through.
You've watched things all the way through.
I have, yeah.
Good.
Congratulations, do I get a medal?
Yeah, you do. A little round of applause in the edit.
Do you know what I really love? What? The Trip.
Oh, mate. The Trip is amazing.
That just puts me in a happy place. Don't know why.
So good.
Well done, you two, for doing that.
That is, I think that's my dream job.
That's pretty much what we're trying to do now.
Without food.
We did have the food.
We've done that, but not recorded.
Maybe we could do the episode 2 where I cook for you.
Yes, very good.
If it's a portable setup, we can do this.
Yeah, we can bring it along.
We can even do it at work. I've got a kitchen at work.
Well, there you go. Yeah, but what can you really make in there?
Mate, don't worry about that.
But yeah, the Trip is like my... that is the best thing, just being with a mate, eating and mucking about.
Yeah, and they're just well funny.
For it.
They're just well funny as well.
Yeah.
And then they obviously got paid because it wasn't real. It was a weird, it was a blur between... It was a kind of their version of the whole reality TV thing as well, because it was like meant to be real, but it wasn't really real. It was good.
And if you don't know what The Trip is, it's just a program between Steve Coogan and Rob Brydon, and they just go out for dinner and do impressions of people.
Yeah, they try and like compete with each other who can do the best Michael Caine impression whilst eating like Michelin star food.
Oh mate, those restaurants in
and they
England,
went to Italy, didn't they?
Oh, the Italian one. There's that scene where they walk out of the restaurant and to have an espresso on the balcony and look out at that blue. Oh my god, that is heaven.
That's what life's all about. Do you know what? I think I normally chat. Sometimes if I've got time, I'm not in a session. I'll just have a chat with my other half at lunchtime or whatever.
Yeah.
And there was one day where I was just working on my own. And I was like, I think I know what my goal is. I was like, all right. I was like, I think I want to have a property somewhere lovely, like Spain, somewhere, so maybe Greek island or whatever, and be at a point in my career where I could be like, just mix maybe,
right,
and then just be like, oh, I need you to mix an album. It's like, cool, yeah, I'm going to take 3 weeks or 2 weeks or a week, whatever. But I'm going to go there, and my studio is going to be there. It's a walking distance to the beach, studio, beach, on my own.
And just work on the tracks.
And mix an album, then go home for 3 weeks.
Yes.
And get my mum's money for doing that. That will be...
the dream.
That's the dream.
Yeah, right.
And, you know...
Do you know what is mad?
That's a realistic dream.
Look at that. I told you I'm so good at it. Dream life. Bottom left.
Dream life. That's it.
There you go.
That's it. And obviously, you know, having a property abroad would be amazing for family anyway, because you can go on holidays more often. So it's a good thing to do regardless. But if I can have my little mix set up, and the way things are going with the whole technology of mixing and that these days, it's like...
You only need your MacBook.
You haven't got to have a studio necessarily. You can do our mix in the box anyway, and you can have a room that isn't quite perfect and still make it work. So it's definitely possible.
Yeah, right.
Especially and probably take me 15 years to get there anyway.
Yeah, and it's not like an unrealistic dream, you know.
No, I want to be 50, and that's what I want to be able to do. And I can go down to the little local place and have my espresso by the sea in the morning.
Oh yes.
And then I can go back and work on some music, and then I need a break, so I go to the beach, put my earplugs in, swimming earplugs.
Swimming.
Don't want to gigs.
Yeah, you don't want to get your ears blocked up.
Don't want to get ears blocked up. I thought about it. Don't worry. And then that's the dream. That is the dream. That's what I want to be able to do. But, you know, who knows? It might not happen.
Yeah, you might have to chuck it in, get a proper job.
Might have to. Yeah. Literally this time next week, it's like, it's over.
Next episode in like literally 3 weeks.
Just loving it, working in Lidl.
Yeah, well, it's a good job.
Apparently so.
Yeah, paid well for what they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so we both said about cooking being our meditation. What is your favourite food? But you said earlier that you don't have a favourite.
I knew you were going to ask me this.
Yeah.
And I don't.
But what?
Sorry to disappoint you. I like all foods.
You like all food?
Yeah.
What do you go through phases of cooking different things and you get obsessed with?
I do get a bit of a taste for things. So at the minute, I'm really into coconut green tea.
Okay.
Loving that.
Nice.
With coconut water. Sometimes you put a little splash of cold water in your green tea.
Yeah.
Just to cool it down.
Coconut
water straight from the fridge.
Right.
Cools it down. Rounds off the edges.
Nice.
Yeah, try it.
I will.
Another little thing I picked up recently. I put it on my Instagram last night. You might have saw it.
Yes, I did.
Shop-bought poppadoms, mate.
Yeah.
Stick them in the oven.
Yeah.
Just for a minute.
Crisp them up.
Well, they don't need crisping up. They're crispy enough. It's more about the fact that they're then hot again.
Yeah.
And the oil comes out of them.
Nice.
So they were fried at one time before they were put in that little vacuum.
Yeah.
And it kind of brings them back to the state they were when they would have come out of the oil.
Nice.
And it's much nicer.
Do you ever cook them fresh?
Yeah, I have done.
Yeah,
and they're nowhere near. They're never going to get that.
No.
But you get like one step closer to that.
I've got this.
And I really love mango.
Mango.
Which I said to you earlier.
Yeah, yeah. I do like mango. Fresh mango.
Fresh mango, yeah.
Do you know a really nice dessert? Vanilla ice cream, diced mango, sprinkle on top, and ginger biscuits, and then a bit of fresh ginger grated on top.
A bit of fresh ginger as well.
Yeah. Give it a go. I've
Zingy.
got a really good cookbook, which is what the lentil...
Bit of lime zest?
You could do that.
Sorry.
Do you know, one thing about lime zest that I really enjoy in bars is if you get like a whiskey sour or something like that, when they take the zest off and they sort of waft it around, and how I don't understand how that can make such a good difference.
It's essential oils.
Yeah, amazing.
And do you know what it is, right? I was in Bath once. We were on our way
in the Bath, or
no, I was in the place Bath. We were on our way. We went to Cornwall, and we were on our way home. And we stopped off in a few places to say, but it just wasn't one long drive home. So, being new parents, we like booked this really quirky hotel in Bath, and we were like, "This is so unpractical." They were like, "Oh, you actually did want the travel cot?" We were like, "No, yeah, we've got a child. We need a cot." They were like, "Oh, sorry, we don't normally get parents." And then they brought the room service up to the room because we couldn't leave the room. Like, we had a 6-month-old baby. Classic. We learned it the hard way. It was a nice place, but it wasn't really set up for kids. No. But anyway, we was at this place, and there was a French guy behind the bar, and I was like, "This guy looks like he knows what he's doing." It made me a gin and tonic, and it was the best gin and tonic I think I've ever had.
What was so good about it?
Well, it was a really, really good one, considering it was just like a pub sort of bar.
Yeah.
You weren't like in a really posh cocktail place.
Yeah.
So it might not have been the best one, but it was a very good one. And it was because he'd done that thing with the lemon.
Yeah, the zest around the glass.
Somehow he squeezed out the oils from the zest. And it sort of showered over the edge of the glass, and it just made the whole thing like so much better.
Amazing, isn't it?
Went back downstairs later to get I said, "I'm just going to pop downstairs for a drink."
Yeah.
I'll bring you one back. I had one whilst I was there, then brought one back as well.
Yeah.
Damn it, she's going to find that out. I think she does. It's fine. So I went downstairs to get another drink.
Yeah.
And that guy, he was like, he doesn't work the evenings. He's gone home.
Oh, Jesus.
So it was some young guy that worked there. Weren't the same.
No,
terrible. You can't just slap it in a glass.
Yeah, don't just slap it in there, son.
But he didn't know. It's his little part-time job. He didn't care. He didn't know that I knew what I was talking about on the gin and tea. Yeah. Gin and tea. Yeah. And it was a massive disappointment. It still cost me the same.
Yeah, it would do.
But it wasn't the same.
Yeah. And the moral of that story is that the French are better.
Mate, well, no, he was just more experienced barman.
Yeah, the other kid just
had a bit of pride in what he was doing, and he put in it as well. He was just like, "I'm going to give you a good drink," whereas the student dude was just like, "You just want a drink."
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
No, yeah, he probably worked at Weatherspoons or something.
Yeah,
before.
So, that happened.
Yeah.
So I just sort of like went on off a tangent when you said about squeezing the zest.
Well, that's the whole game, isn't it?
It makes a difference.
It does. It is amazing.
Citrus zest is pretty powerful stuff.
It is, and also you can use lemon juice to get highlights in your hair. Doesn't work. I tried it at school.
I was going to say, does that work?
Not really. I
thought you could do that. Why did we used to do that on holiday? We used to do that for some reason. Was it to
blonde the hair a bit?
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to remember my older cousins that I looked up to. They used to
highlights.
Do some shit with like lemon juice on holiday, and I was like, "What is that all about?" And there's just wasps everywhere. Like, wasps. Like, it's like you got lemon on your head.
Wasps are evil.
Yeah,
they're nothing like bees.
Can I just say that the reason why this is a very important conversation is because music and food are very, very much the same.
They are.
They're the same thing, and that's why football isn't. I don't think. But maybe that's why I need the triangle. I need the music, the food, and the football.
You need something a bit different.
Because the music and the food are kind of like similar but different.
Well, like certainly a 3-course meal is similar to a song. They're like a metaphor of
each other.
Yeah. 3-course meal's like an album.
Yeah. It's a story.
Yeah.
And it's got to be balanced.
Yeah. And
the flavours of individual elements within the
the
backing vocals have got to have a good balance, otherwise you won't get the emotion across. No. Whereas the spaghetti sauce needs to have a good balance between the tomato and the oregano and the garlic.
You need like the basil
to make
on
a
top.
good spaghetti dish.
Yeah, you need the basil just to bring it up.
Well, we used to say that was one of the things me and Joe from the band used to always say. It was like, it just needs. Do you know when you get a fresh bit of fish, it just needs a little squeeze of lemon.
Yeah.
That's what sometimes when we were working on a track, it just needs a little.
It sounds a bit like the Bros documentary. Have you seen that?
Oh no, do I sound like them? And I'm bald as well. And I'm a drummer. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm Bros.
Yeah. Have you seen the documentary?
I haven't seen that. No, I heard it's funny.
You honestly will not believe it. You won't believe it. Back to gin tonics. I like gin tonic with cucumber in it.
Yeah, I'm into that. Yeah. Also rosemary and olive.
Yeah, I have a bit of peppercorn.
Peppercorn? Yeah, smash it all in there.
Nice.
I got all sorts of gin paraphernalia for Christmas this year.
Did you?
Yeah, tell people you like gin. It's all over.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's
What's
you
that?
as well. Every time you ask for something for Christmas, you ask for a specific thing as well, don't you? So,
Well, yeah, I did for a long time. This year, I did. I think we just done it really simple, obviously, because we've got kids in that
gin.
now.
Just
So it
bottles
just
of
mainly
gin.
just bottles of gin.
What's
yeah.
gin made out of? Potatoes.
No, gin is.
What's potato?
Well, actually, I don't know what the actual spirit's made out of,
No.
but I know it's got a lot to do with juniper berries.
Ah, yes.
That's what gives it the sourness.
What's made out of
Well,
potatoes
that's
then?
the tonic.
Vodka.
Vodka, I think. Yeah.
There's back to food. There's that Palestinian cookbook that is what I made the lentil and cauliflower and
So
cumin
you
stew.
use cookbooks, yeah? You
Well,
like
I
a bit of that?
don't, but not really.
Not judging you.
I
I'm
don't
just saying.
follow. Yeah.
You were like, no,
I don't follow recipes, but I like to get the feel of a dish. The good thing about that, which I recommend you buy because you like cooking,
Yeah.
and you are creative and you like making things sort of out of nothing.
Yeah.
The whole cookbook is Palestinian, like
Mm.
I just said. I keep saying the word Palestinian like I'm obsessed.
You're proud, aren't you?
But the cookbook is basically about cooking with feeling, and because it's such a war-torn country, and they could never bring sort of spoons or measuring implements and stuff like that. It's the woman who wrote it writes about her mum just cooking with feeling and understanding flavours and stuff like that. And it's really good. I recommend it. Yeah.
So you
It's
don't
very
need to
creative
like
book.
get your little 1 cup of this.
Exactly. It's like she's making
1
bread,
teaspoon
but
of
she's
this. It's like it
she's-
should feel like this. If you taste it, it should taste like this.
Exactly. Yeah. So
That's how I do cooking as well.
Me too, yeah.
Sometimes it does go wrong.
yeah, it can
It can go
terribly.
wrong. But at the same time, like people will buy me cookbooks and I'll flick through it and go, that one looks nice. That
Yeah.
one looks, oh, that's good. That's a good idea.
Same.
And then I don't read it ever again.
Mm.
But there's ones that stick with me. I'll try and recreate just by looking at the picture.
I like that. I like
So I
going
can
out.
see what they've done.
Yeah,
and I
and
might
then-
look at the ingredients and be like, yeah, cool, yeah, got that. But yeah, I learned how to cook by watching TV. I just watch cooking programs.
I love cooking. I love Vice and Munchies. Action Bronson. Fuck, that's delicious. Is just the maddest, brilliant.
I haven't
program.
seen that.
You need to watch it.
I haven't liked the right things on Facebook, obviously.
I will send you some links. It's Action Bronson, who's he's from Brooklyn, but he's like got Albanian heritage, and he's like a rapper.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know
you know him. So he just cooks and he travels the world, and it's amazing. Like that's the other dream job. It's just like the food and music related. You know that
I've
would
always,
be.
yeah. No, we should do a food truck. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Be loads of stress.
Oh mate, it would.
But at least we'll be doing something we love, and
Yeah.
that's like literally what I'm doing now. I'm just
Yeah.
doing like one big musical food truck,
Yeah, just to,
pretty much.
That's the
But
name of this episode.
But I just keep, yeah,
The big musical food truck.
yeah. Why not? But yeah, like I'd love to work in food, but I think I said to myself a long time ago, just keep food for yourself.
Yeah.
Do that for you when you're having your time, because you've already made your main passion and hobby your job.
A job, yeah, right.
So like you don't necessarily need to make the other one a job as well.
Just
like,
keep that as art.
Keep that as that's the other side, which is meant to be relaxing. Like I can,
But do you not think cooking for people and serving the food would be relaxing? Do you get a buzz out of cooking for people? And
yeah, but the thing is with it, like I enjoy cooking, like you did with me tonight. Working hard at something, and then people appreciating it, and then sitting with them and enjoying the food together.
Yeah, right.
Talking about the food, or like afterwards. Now we're still chatting about it or whatever. Whereas in the kitchen, you never even see them.
No, I see. Yeah, if you're just
Because I've done it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it isn't the same.
What should the end goal be for humanity?
I struggle with this one because I like having all my equipment on.
Yeah.
I like the electricity that makes all that work. And morally, I'm like, well, we shouldn't have all that.
No.
We should chill it out a little bit.
Yeah, use
And
like
just get
hamsters
back
and
to-
wheels or something.
Yeah, well,
To
I don't know about
generate.
that. I'm not clever enough to work that one out. But I just feel like we should probably strip it back a little bit and maybe, I think we should. Well, I think it would be right to live simpler again.
Simpler, yeah.
But obviously, I don't think that's ever going to happen.
No, right.
But that's what my moral compass tells me would be the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But I just can't see it
I just think I've got too much stuff. I feel
much
like
stuff.
I just don't need
This
all
right
this
now.
stuff. Yeah,
We're doing it's all because of power.
that's true.
We'd literally be sitting in this really scary dark room if
Yeah.
it weren't for power.
Crying, not necessarily.
We wouldn't be crying. We'd have candles on.
Yeah, yeah. Writing
We'd be
music.
playing some sort of board game.
Yeah, yeah.
Be all right.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't be like showing off in front of like 4 people on the internet, would we?
40.
All right, 40. Just literally dissing your audience.
Well, there isn't an audience yet, but we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
My mum will listen. My dad will. You'll listen, I assume.
Your dad's lovely, and
Yeah.
your mum.
Yeah, good people.
I met both your mum and dad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good. When? Can't remember.
I met your mum at the Leigh Folk Festival.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah.
Who I'm a
Oh,
beneficiary of this year.
Oh, very nice.
A part of the auction.
What, they're auctioning you off?
That's it. No, they're auctioning. I've given them a day free
Oh, wow.
recording
Oh, amazing.
for their auction.
Yeah, so the end goal of humanity, just live simpler.
Live simpler and like, no, you know, like at some point we're all trained to do what we're told
Yeah.
in society, I think, and even people that think they're really, they're very left and they're very like they're rebels and like they're in the way that they think and all that.
Yeah.
They are, but they're still
do the
completely
same
just
stuff.
doing what everyone else is doing.
Yeah, right.
Still buying that, still doing that, still switching on all the power every day, and they're still doing the same recycling or whatever. Or
It's hard to break out of that, isn't it?
it's very hard because that's what we've been
Slave to the
told
game.
to do. Yeah.
It's like-
So I feel like everyone's waiting to be told.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what needs to happen. That's why that young girl that's striking is so amazing.
Yeah.
Because it's like she isn't waiting for someone to tell her.
She's
telling
doing it.
Yeah, and it's like. Stop eating steaks, mate.
Yeah.
Stop having bolognese.
Yeah.
You got to stop it.
Start having pies.
Beef's
son.
not good.
No, it's bad.
Beef's bad.
Milk's bad.
Beef's bad. Milk's bad.
Cheese, unfortunately, bad.
Cheese is also bad. Cruise ships are bad. Airplanes are bad.
Yeah.
All those politicians going to the EU summit in their
Bad.
private jets. That's really, really weird.
And stupid. And really
It's just like
disrespectful to
disrespectful.
the
It's
human
like,
race.
It's just like the irony of it. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like I find I have conversations at work all the time with Sam, and
It's just like mind
I just,
blown.
everything he tells me because he knows a lot of facts
Yeah.
about what's happening. I just can't stop laughing.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, it's not funny.
Why are people not going
But
mad
it's
about
so
this stuff?
it's so bad and so obvious that it's literally I don't know what else to do. Just laugh. It's just
Yeah.
like that's laughable. How people like he was telling me that Amazon paid 0 income tax
Yeah, right.
last year.
Which is amazing, right?
They're the biggest company in the world, or one of, or whatever.
It's like
You know,
Facebook pay.
so massive. How
Yeah.
can they pay no tax?
Because it's just mad, isn't it, that they're allowed to have
Find the
their
system.
company on an island somewhere, register it in
Maybe that's
in
what they
Bermuda,
do.
which
Or
is what
who
they,
knows what
that's
the system
that's
is
what
now.
they do.
Is that what it is? Is
They-
it still that?
Yeah,
so they still haven't worked that one out.
Yeah, they should. It's easy to work that out. If you make money, if you take money off people in a certain country, you pay tax on those goods in that country. Why does that not exist?
Well,
Doesn't make sense.
This is the thing.
Well, the reason it doesn't exist is because of political intertwinedness.
Yeah, and because it goes back to the thing about the parties and all that as well. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Everyone's being
Just
kind of-
controlled by
it's
money.
Yeah. It's unfortunately like another funny thing that we were chatting about today as well is that we're talking about the whole Brexit thing and how like it could potentially be like shortages of food and stuff, like
Yeah.
fresh food.
And medicine.
Do you know
and
how long it would take for it to run out?
like a couple of days.
Couple of days.
Yeah, which is amazing, isn't
That's
it?
unreal.
And most people don't know that.
No, most people
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
wouldn't even think about that, and I wouldn't even really until today.
It wouldn't take. It would
2
only
days,
take like
and
a
that's
week.
how much that's constantly coming in on trucks,
Yeah,
constantly coming in on trucks.
And how much we thrown away, like and
throwing a load of it
you know,
away.
bananas that don't need to be thrown away are being thrown away.
Banana
It's just-
bread, mate.
Yeah, make a banana. It's
Make
not
a
hard,
banana
is it?
bread.
Make
You
a
ain't-
banana bread. Make a.
You ain't gonna kill no animals making a banana bread.
You could. I was just thinking.
Actually, eggs.
Yeah, you could.
Sorry.
But you don't need eggs in cakes.
Don't need eggs.
I make this bread that's just water and flour, so you could easily just put banana in that.
Yeah.
Solve that one.
Yeah, what banana flatbread?
Banana flatbread. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fry it
banana.
up.
By all
bake
means, go for it. Just give it a try. Do you
Yeah.
not do them in the pan?
You can do that.
Okay.
You could boil
Anyway.
it like a.
The other really funny thing. I can't remember what I was going to say.
Face. Anyway, sorry to interrupt you.
Food will run out
Food will run
in 2
out,
days.
which is mad.
in 2 days. But the thing that we were talking about today, and he was telling me, is that everyone thinks about the war
Yeah.
and how everyone was on rations and how bad that was, but we've done it before. We can do it again.
Yeah, so that's a reason.
But everyone wasn't on rations.
No.
Not everyone.
No.
Not
Just
the rich people.
Not the rich people.
They were carrying on as normal.
Yeah, of course.
And that was how it'll be again. Like all these years later, it'll be exactly the same.
Well, exactly like this thing. When we leave the EU, and it's inevitable, I assume now. I wasn't sure before. I thought it's not going to happen, but I think it is now.
So it was like the general election. We all thought maybe he was going to win.
Yeah.
And then we all stayed up all night,
and it
didn't happen.
Yeah, but so if we change the different trading rules, there's a chance that we'll import chicken that's treated by chlorine. So what will happen is that people will be buying chicken that's just cleaned by chlorine, or just literally washed out by bleach. Do you know what I mean? But that's not allowed at the moment under current EU regulation. But if we start trading with America with chicken, then it will be. But like you say, like fuck, will the establishment be feeding their kids chlorinated treated chicken?
No, they'll have like Norfolk Bronze, free range.
Yeah.
Sunday lunch, lovely.
Yeah, exactly. Not chlorinated.
Well, I don't want to feed Nora chicken nuggets.
No.
I really don't. But she likes chicken nuggets.
Yeah, so you have to.
And they're cheap.
Yeah, exactly. So
I can't afford the free range chicken breast nuggets. I can afford the normal ones.
Yeah.
That everyone buys.
Exactly. From Aldi.
I'm not happy about it.
No. But at least a lot of people acknowledge that they shouldn't be doing it. That's like a first step.
Yeah.
Definitely
try.
Yeah. But it's just like making it, But again,
nowhere near as hard enough. And this is what I'm getting. To. Like, I know.
Yeah.
So like that girl was right. That young girl who started the strike about not going to school.
Yeah.
Like
protest
like I said
change.
earlier, any human with any moral feeling knows what's right, but no one was willing to actually commit to it. Whereas someone who's young is will do, because they're like, well, I've got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
I've not got a life yet, really.
No,
so
I haven't got any bills to pay.
Yeah, I'm going to do the right thing now.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. But yeah, at the same time, I am trying, but I'm not trying enough. Because no one's forcing me.
But and also the little changes are that each person can make, like recycling, turning a light bulb off, is not going to make any significant difference. Like the post you put up with the super yacht producing how much, 1,000 cars,
something like that,
producing the same amount of greenhouse gases that 1,000 cars produce in a day. It does that in a day. Yeah. So just don't have that anymore. You should just go, nah, we can't have that anymore because that's mad. Can't have 4x4 cars anymore because that's fucking mad. Just don't make them anymore.
Yeah, I want an electric car. Not because I really like electric motors and like solar panels and shit. Like I'm not really into that. I just want to get to work.
Yeah.
But I'd love to not have to buy petrol and not have to pollute the planet. But
yeah. But you got no choice.
How do you? I know you can get an electric car.
Yeah, but
it
will cost you money.
Easy, is it?
No.
It's not easy. It should be easy.
Yeah, it should be. But I guess there's that. That's the difficult thing.
However, they're making money out of the petrol cars. Surely they can make the same amount of money out of electric cars.
Yeah. Well, exactly. But there's that. I suppose there's that transition period between the standard car to electric cars. You can't just swap overnight because nobody would be able to afford it. But by the time it is phased in, it's too late.
Well, yeah. Well, apparently so.
It's like I've got a VW, like a Golf. That's diesel, and they sold it to me because it's good, better for the environment. It's not; it's worse.
Yeah,
so and then you just think,
bad, though, isn't it? And
I just looked into, can I claim for that? You can, but it's just impossible and very unlikely you'll get any money or get anything.
So here we are at the end of our positive thinking.
Just slagging off.
Just having a good old moan, but then it's good to talk about it because otherwise nothing could change. So there's the positive spin.
There you
You've
go.
got to at least be aware of it.
Yeah.
And maybe even if it's just our own families listen to this, they might go, "Oh, I didn't realise you felt so strongly about these things." Maybe we can have, veggie chicken nuggets next Tuesday.
Right.
When you come for dinner.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, no, I'll have some good ones.
I'll have some nice. I'll go to McDonald's.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Even if it only reaches a few people that we know.
Yeah, you can only try and affect the world one person at a time.
Yeah. There we go. There's
And
a positive spin.
And that's the end of the podcast.
That's it.
Cheers for doing that, mate. It's good.
You're welcome.
Cat's
It's been
getting
good fun.
involved again.
Mate,
She's
she was
always
here at
there.
the start, and then she's like, all right, you guys going to wrap it up or what?
We do say life's a full circle, and she's proved it by coming back at the end.
Yeah.
Anyway, cheers for that.
I'm going to stroke a cat. Goodbye.
Bye.